It feels like a relic of yesteryear when a rivalry is built on tainted water. But as these fans know, the Little Brown Jug history is a long one, and when it's on the line, everyone is thirsty for a sip of victory. Glad to have you with us from Huntington Bank Stadium. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
The Golden Gophers have one of the most unique on-campus stadiums in college sports. Formerly playing in the Vikings home field, now back on campus, Huntington Bank Stadium has brought that college spirit back to Minnesota. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. He'll bring it out. It's Hayes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Golden Gophers offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. The Gophers put up quite a fight for the Jug last year, but it was the Wolverines pulling out a close one.
And that's not a surprise. Michigan dominates this series, and they own the Little Brown Jug. You might as well put Wolverines on it as much as they've won it. They need to make sure they set the tone early. Don't give Minnesota life. Show their dominance early in this football game.
You know, you had to wonder last year if a lot of those players at Michigan maybe weren't thinking about, you know, the rivalries with Penn State and Michigan State and obviously Ohio State at the end of the year. Minnesota is not a program you can overlook, though, because they are tough and they are scrappy, and they're coming for that Little Brown Jug.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. The give. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
3rd down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. Looking to pass. It's Lindsey. Makes the catch. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. And the Golden Gophers will snap it on 1st and 10. On the ground with the counter. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. The defense really hurt itself with that penalty. Now it's 2nd and 8. They'll go to the counter play. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Intercepted and room to run. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
Running inside, it's Marshall. Breaks into the open. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins. Big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. He's going to run it. Might have gone into that slide a little early, and he'll be short of the first down. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this third and short. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll try to drive ahead on third and short. Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 11.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on third down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
In the red area, it's Marshall. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point is good. Coming out with it, it's Hayes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Still on his feet at the 25. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. This rivalry dates back to 1892, but it was in 1903 that fielding Hurry-Up Yost was worried that Minnesota would contaminate his water supply, hence the start of the Little Brown Jug.
How about that, man? A little tampering back then, a little you're gonna fix the game, mess with my players, and I think all those things. It's really cool to learn the backdrops, Jesse, of rivalries and how things are named the way they are and why the hatred usually runs so deep.
And you know what's interesting is a lot of these players on the field right now, they probably don't have any idea of the history and how interesting that is. All they care about is adding another trophy to the trophy case, and they want the Little Brown Jug in that box.
The Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Marshall. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
Here's Underwood to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Hansen. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Forced out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. And he'll be out of bounds on what turns out to be the final play of the first quarter. Now it looks as if we have an injured Golden Gopher on the play. That's the senior safety being evaluated by medical personnel. Holly will let us know what's going on with him. Tradition a huge part in college football, and this rivalry has its place among the very best. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Underwood. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Hey, man, that's unbelievable. That is a really good job of seeing the blitz right away and getting rid of the football. Like, that is quarterback 101. Understand they're blitzing, they're coming, see it, take advantage of it, get the completion, and move the sticks.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and cushion and coverage for the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him, and he tackles him for no gain.
And they got the completion, but no yards. Now they need to go forward to avoid a third and long. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Shoots it to the left. He's got it.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Nice job by the wide receiver getting open on that slant route against man coverage. He fakes like he's going to the outside. He's able to create some separation, cross his face, and then secures the catch.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. The Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. A first down run in the red zone. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal. Now it looks as if we have an injured Golden Gopher on the play. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Here's a heat. Trying to get rid of it.
That is exactly what I would tell this quarterback to do. Throw that ball away. Don't force it. Don't create a turnover down here in the red zone. We still got a few more downs to go. Nice job by the QB with the decision-making.
Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Throwing, Underwood. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference. So given where the line of scrimmage was on that last play, the pass interference penalty in the end zone will put the ball at the 2. And the offense grateful for that penalty if they can just move it 1 more yard to get it in. The quarterback Steve stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again.
Well, they try to go quarterback sneak, and I know to a lot of people that's a play we all take for granted, like it always works. Quarterback sneaks are designed to get just 1 inch. Somehow you've got to come up and do it. But the defense there, David, they bowed up and stopped them.
Did a great job. Listen, everybody knows what's coming. You know it's a quarterback sneak. It's still hard as heck to stop. But nice job by the defensive lineman. And get off the football. Don't allow them to go backwards. Don't push you backwards at all. And then what do you see with linebackers? A lot of times they're come flying in there, making the stop. But a nice stop by this defense, expecting the quarterback sneak.
You have to understand at home, it's really hard for a head coach to kick a field goal at this juncture after such a long drive. So many first downs. You've gotten right down to the doorstep. Fourth down, you want to be able to pay this thing off and punctuate this drive with a touchdown.
1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. The run inside. It's Taylor. And he can't get past the 2-yard line, but at least they avoided going backwards. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go right back to him. And he jukes the first guy, made him miss, and picked up a few before being brought down. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. Chance to build a little momentum here by converting this 3rd down from deep in your own territory. Pocket breaking down. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. And the Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Wants to bring it back. Oh, what a cut! That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Johnson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. And the Wolverines in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Gets rid of it. Makes the grab, it's Buchanan. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Looking down the middle. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. Under fire. He'll pull it down. Picked off to stop the threat. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
Well, he was rolling to his right. Because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
The Gophers will take their 1st time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. They'll try to run for it. He'll have the 1st down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he's stopped. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do most of the time? They keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
So now it's 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Lindsey. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Michigan choosing to spend its final timeout here. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Kick is in the air. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Here's Underwood to throw. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And avoided that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
To the air on first down. Stepping to the right. He's got it. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield, and time is running short. He'll take a shot. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We begin with a look at North Carolina taking on the number 3 team, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And it's the Fighting Irish on the losing end right now of a tight one. This legit playoff contender kind of stumbled out of the gates, and while there is time to turn things around, they had better start soon. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten. Now back to your game in Minneapolis. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Minnesota and Michigan plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. What do they have to say coming out of halftime, Holly?
I caught up with the Michigan coach at the half. He's looking for his team to really make some noise here in the third quarter. They know they're in playoff contention. They know that this is a big-time game to separate themselves, but they have got to have more intensity here to start the third quarter.
Okay, Holly. They'll open this third quarter with a run. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. Training staff out there checking on this freshman linebacker. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Underwood. With the catch, it's Hansen. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might be changing the route. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. There he goes. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover. Good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away. In the lore of the Little Brown Jug, guys, it originally was just a water jug that Michigan wanted back, and Minnesota told them, well, come win it if you want it so badly.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's not the most expensive-looking trophy out there for sure, but listen, it was important. I mean, it was helping.
Maybe some room here, and he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
And it's picked off for the third time today.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those two interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
The Golden Gophers will start this drive. The offense was ready to roll. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Sends it back in motion. Looking for a man. It's Lindsey. Fires left. Makes the catch. It's Helms. Just keeps moving. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force them into a field goal try. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Here comes the heat. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So here comes the Michigan offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. From the gun, the running back has it. At the 35, he's got room. Right down the gut of the field. The 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Michigan!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the extra point was good. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hayes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Leaves it with the back. Running to Green. Turning it on. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. Off the play fake on first down. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Man, you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And the defensive coordinator was really pleased with his unit after registering 3 sacks last week. He wanted to add a few more wrinkles in their blitz packages to see if they could build on that in this game. So far, they hadn't gotten to the QB until that last play just now. Now let's find out if they can crank up the heat.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Pressure coming. Takes the easy one to the back. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. And for the second time, they'll go for the field goal. The first one was good, and they'll try from 42. And it's no good. He missed it. My goodness, you need those field goals, guys, to cut into that deficit. We're still at 11. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Throwing, Underwood. Pulls it in. It's Hansen. Just a quick rhythm throw there, and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything, get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive.
Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. He lets one fly deep. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. They'll stop him at the 22-yard line as the defense makes a play.
Well, the good news is after that second pick of the 3rd quarter now for this guy, they're still winning the game, but they are living dangerously right now. And they can't expect to hold on to that. This guy keeps making bad decisions like we've seen here now in the first period of the second half.
It's got to be frustrating because you always talk about taking care of the football, and you've got to lead.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Trying play action. Makes the grab on the left. At the 35, he's loose. There he goes. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. And guys, the defense's head might be spinning a little bit after giving up that huge gain on the first play. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Taylor. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Minnesota! Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, more points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Finds a man in the middle.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerber or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
Headed into the final period, both of these backs have been strong so far and looking to be able to finish. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Here's Underwood to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Now, after the interception, there is a man who's still down on the field. That is the freshman defensive end that they're very excited about. They're hoping that he's able to return to the game shortly. Looking downfield, it's Lindsey. That's caught. It's held.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Complete. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here. Missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down, still going. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. There's a reason you drag the record books to the recycle bin in a rivalry game. Upsets, and we've got one looming. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. Working that left side now. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. There's a reason you drag the record books to the recycle bin in a rivalry game. Upsets, and we've got one looming. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that is a backbreaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
The Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go home with the W. The Gophers will take their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we could put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Right back to him on the ground. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Timeout taken by Minnesota. That's their second. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. From their own 23, it'll be 1st and 10. Might have a chance. Picks up the first down. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. Timeout called by the Golden Gophers, and that's their last one. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. Oh, he's got a chance. It'll be a gain of 6. That's up 2nd and 4.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. They're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep the clock moving.
And that's another nice play for this offense, man. How about this offense? Putting together a drive when they had to have it. They got to have points late in this football game, and they're executing great.
He'll try it again. Slithers into space. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
And that's not a surprise to anybody, including the defense, that they turn and they give it to their running back, who they've been giving it to all game long. Up front, the offensive line, they deserve a ton of credit. Paved the way. This rushing attack has been lethal, and I'm not surprised that's how they end this football game.
And that's the kind of guy, too, David, you want at the end of the game, because he wants the ball into his hands to ice this thing. He's looking over the sidelines before that play call, and he's like, give it to me, let me finish this thing, and win this game for us. And that's exactly what happened.
Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. He's got it again. They'll bring him down right at the 20-yard line, and a 4th down looms, and decision time for this offense. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's good! The upset! They get it done! The field goal to win it! This trophy has been around forever, the oldest in the FBS, and for much of that time it has been controlled by Michigan. And once again, it is the Wolverines taking the Little Brown Jug away from Minnesota. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.